Hi everyone and welcome back to SunBurst Tarot, where today I wanted to take a look at what the heck is going on in the United States. And with the AT&T outage going on currently, it has been resolved as of today, February 22nd, 2024. Apparently, allegedly, AT&T went down for several hours. There's been news coming out of potentially like pharmaceuticals or pharmacies having their systems messed with. There's talks of this is like a cyber attack of some sort, and like, was this coordinated? What's going on? Apparently, the other towers were affected and other customers, as well as I think Sprint, maybe not Sprint, but I know Verizon was one of them as well. So I wanted to take a look at what the heck's going on here, and see if this is something that, was this a fluke? Was this a cyber attack? I know United States government officials are looking at it. And the other part of it is I want to see, is this something that we're going to be seeing more of, especially as we're in an election year for the United States? And how will that affect the country, as well as public standing, or with the election itself? So, without further ado, let's get into the reading. Just a reminder, everything I'm saying here today is all for entertainment purposes only and is alleged. Please go make your own thoughts, opinions, and ideas, and use the information that I'm sharing, which are kind of my own opinions, to, if you would like to help inform or develop yours or not. So without further ado, let's just take a look at this. So at the center of all of it, it's hard work. Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Coins. Was this a coordinated thing? Yes, and I think it's been planned for a very long time. My personal opinion. With the Eight of Pentacles is all about hard work and mastery. See, having that be the center of the entirety of this situation, it's like, this is something that people have been working on for a while. It's been planned for, it feels like, in my opinion, a couple months. And it's like, we know about it, but we don't know when? Question mark? Wait, what? Because I'm trying to explain to you what I'm like feeling and or seeing, and like my first impressions and like what I'm seeing. It's like in the house. That's what I'm hearing in my head. It's in house, and I'm like, well, what do you mean it's in house? Like, is this like an in house at like AT&T? Is this like an in house from like a government perspective? Is this in house from a nation perspective? Like, what does in house kind of implying here? Outside influences, the Strength card. So, like I said, this is something that's, in my opinion, been planned for quite a while. With the Strength card here showing up as, and typically typically how I see the like this position in this spread, it's all about like outside influences. In this case, I'm hearing like this is the obsession. The obsession is strength. It's showing off our strength. It's showing off our abilities. So, what the heck? Who is this? Because like, it's in-house. They want to show off what they're capable of. They want to show off the disruption that they can bring. What? Financial influence, Seven of Wands. But we're protecting our assets. We're protecting our resources. Whoa, this could get dicey. Because it's... So we're what I'm getting, in my opinion, and what I'm kind of seeing in my interpretation of things, is with the Seven of Wands being like, we're defending ourselves, we're defending our assets, we're defending our resources. We're showing off what we can do. We're showing off our strength. Like, this is what we're capable of. Were there, and I'm not sure if we'll ever hear about this, so I'll remember, all alleged for entertainment purposes only. But was there like a ransom note, or a ransom paid of some way, shape, or form? Like, it feels like, in my opinion, that this was something that was like someone knew this was happening beforehand. Maybe not long before they knew what was happening, but it doesn't, like, it feels like it was long before, not, no, someone knew what was happening. With the Seven of Wands, it makes me believe, okay, so we were defending our resources, we were defending our assets. And that's like the financial influences on this. It's like, so it makes me believe, or my brain goes to, well, did someone ask for money to get your stuff back? Because if someone went in, it's like, oh, you want your stuff back? You need to pay us X amount of dollars. And I'm X amount of dollars to get us out of that system because you can't get us out? Question mark? Okay. Hopes and fears. This is the home. It's the home. Okay. So, hopes and fears is this is the home. This is their home base, their home network, their home. Oh, goodness gracious. Remember, everything is so alleged in this reading. I'm going to try and not say it as much anymore, but all alleged. So, in my opinion here with the Four of Wands, again, the hopes and the fear is that this is something that they can deal with internally. This is someone that they can, they're on the ground where we can get them. That's the hope, I believe, in this situation. The fear is that they are not here. So I'm not sure if they know exactly who or what organization did this, as this is something that I think is it feels very well thought out, very covert, and the people, there's not any one person clamoring, kind of coming forward and saying who did this, just that they did it, and that they wanted some time, money, resources out of the situation, where it's a giant power play to kind of show off that they got. We can do this at any time. And in my opinion, I'm trying to figure out here is if, like, it's like, okay, so they got into these networks, where else do they have their hands in? Because with like unseen obstacles here, it's the Seven of Swords. It's all about it's like getting away with it. It's the underdog. So if we remember the traditional Seven of Swords, it's the person with the swords in their hand and they're running away. And in this case, it's like, I'm seeing that same imagery. It's like they're like the outside influence here is that they're getting away with this in some way, shape, or form, because like they can't track it. Oh, and like even the money or resources that they sent over as like compensation, in my opinion, can't be tracked easily. But since it was such an integral part to essential communications in the United States, it's like you kind of have to give stuff away. Interesting. And like I said, I don't know if any of this will be made public, because I think it's gonna scare people if they know, oh, they got in once, how could they not get in again? The challenge, yeah. The challenge here is covering this up, in my opinion. Covering it up or not letting things be seen as they are. There's a lot of eyes and a lot of people who were affected by this. In seeing with the Sun card here as the challenge of it all, it feels like this group or organization or individual, I'm not 100% certain on the type yet, but what I'm feeling here is that they want this to be known. They want to, no, hold on. It's not that they want to be known. I think they want it to be, this was them flexing their muscles. And now with the Sun card here, it's like now people are, it's like the cleanup. And the challenge is the cleanup and making sure that like people don't get scared. Like this is, the whole thing was a statement piece. It feels like this is a statement whoever or whatever this is. And it's like, this is a statement, and we didn't, like, you can't cover up our statement. What was going for them, the Knight of Wands, they came in hot, heavy, and extremely fast. In my opinion, the Knight of Wands is the fastest moving card in the entire deck outside the Chariot. In action. So this came in really hot, really heavy. I'm even wondering if like this group or individual was even on a watch list, because I'm not sure if they are. Just with the how fast and intense this is, like this person's like this who was ever who or whatever was responsible came in very, very fast. Came kind of like got in, got out, and boom, done is what it really feels like to me. The only other cards that are similar are the Eight of Wands and the Chariot. And with the Knight of Wands here, this is like a very fast moving individual. So like this was like a quick in, quick out, and I think it scares a lot of people. In the past, this is, oh my gosh. So this was like, so we have the Fool here. It's like, this is just I don't know if this was like an experiment, but like that's what it's kind of feeling like. It's like, I just want to see if I can do it. Oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do this whenever oh. So it was like an endeavor that was like, I just want to see if I can do it. I want to prove myself. And then they did it. And now they're like, ha 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 ha. I got in, got out, and no one's the wiser. So like, that's what this was kind of all about. It's like, this is just, which is like, it's leading me to like more of an individual than a group of some sort. Just because it's like, we're taking this, it's taken a lot of hard work and effort to get there, or like mastery of my craft, but like I just wanted to see for shits and gigs if I could, and I did, and now woo, it just turned into something big. So interesting. What's coming up here in the future? The Empress. Mother. Oh heck la da da da. Are there more safeguards getting put into place? Yes. When it comes to this type of situation though, and specifically with this one, I do see that there is a, what in the world's going on here in the future? It's like people are moving. Okay, so how am I going to interpret this? So with the future, I'm feeling that with this type of individual, I'm wondering if they're gonna it's so up in the air right now, I believe, because this has triggered a pretty big search, and I think it's going to be laying low for a while, but there's like a mentoring energy a little bit, but also like with the Empress showing up. The Empress is all about motherhood, new cycles, the birth of something new. Oh, no. Oh, goodness gracious. I do see this as, oh, I hope this as someone who lives in the United States, I really do hope that this person, or individual or group, I'm feeling more of an individual, like, this feels like it's like, this has kickstarted like a career for them, or this is kickstarting a new venture, or a new way of, like, people are trying to track this person down, people are, I don't like this. Because the impression I'm getting is, like, people are coming to them to do it again, and again, and again. It's like, this doesn't, in my opinion, this wasn't, like, a big hit from, like, a large organization or government, which is why I'm like, inside job. So like, it's like this person is now like kickstarted something and has now started something that's going to be continuously like gone after. And I'm even wondering if this person has like is now starting and people want after this person because of what they were able to do, not to like stop it, but to continue it. So for those who live in the United States, myself included, we'll take a look into it, but I'm wondering if we're seeing a new type of attack now coming in, and the wide-ranging effects that it can have on the populace. So, okay, I'm going to pull these out, and I'm going to then look at how, let's just look at the energy of the government here. I'm gonna look at what the government's going on, like what's going on with the government, and then I want to look at actually, let's look at the government, let's look at the populace, and then we'll look at government, populace, and then we're going to look at the future of, like, is this something that's going to kind of continue, or is this something that, especially here within this election year, as I've kind of seen people discussing on, like, X/Twitter. So let's just take a look at that really, really quick. Like, I'm curious on what is going to be kind of like, what sort of effect did this have now on the populace, or kind of what effect does it have on the populace right now? Okay, so let's look at the government. Let's look at the populace. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And then we'll look at the energy in between. Okay, so the government currently is showing up as the Three of Coins. In my personal opinion, what I'm feeling is this is more of a reversal or inverted. I typically don't read them like that in this deck, but the impression I'm getting is that this was a miscommunication, bad organization, and not working together to kind of be protective or protected. I do believe that there's a lot of mistrust, even within the government itself and with its private entities that it is working with, such as AT&T. There's a lot of, it feels, back and forth, some screaming at the top of their lungs. I'm seeing like boardroom meltdowns, essentially. I'm also feeling that there might be a loss in finances for some of the groups that like the government's working for, or working with along the situation. I would watch, in my opinion, just watch stock prices. I don't think this is going to be as good as we think for them. Lots of questions are coming about as well. With the general populace, this is the Wheel of Fortune upright. But in this case, what I'm feeling is that this is... does the general populace of the United States see this as catastrophic? No. I think they see this as something bad that just happened. And can it happen again? Sure. But look, like the King of Wands in between the two of them, it's very much like, oh, we're going to put our trust in we're going to put our trust in each other to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Like, you guys now know, you guys must protect us, essentially from the populace's perspective, in my opinion. Yes, the Wheel of Fortune can be like, oh, about windfalls or downfalls, or bad luck. Excuse me. Bad luck, bad opportunity. And I would say, if people are like, oh, it's just bad luck, bad opportunity, like the world's gonna end. No, this isn't the Tower card. The Tower card would be like, this is catastrophic. This is like it's like a wake up call. With the Wheel of Fortune, I'm feeling that oh, this is just a bad luck, bad opportunity sort of thing. Like, oh, it won't happen again. We're gonna put our trust into someone to lead this situation and get us out of it. With the government, it's like we royally screwed up on communication in some way, shape, or form, and we're gonna get this solved. Yep, because we're committing to figuring this all out. The Five of Wands, though. And then with the Ace of Cups, yeah. This is sowing distrust, more distrust, 100%. Because the Hierophant, for me, has always been a card of big business, big org, government, the big wigs on top. That is what the card is 9 times out of 10 meant for me. So seeing that for the government does not shock me. With the Five of Wands, though, and then the Ace of Cups. Okay, so this is big business, big orgs. We're trying to lead the charge and be this beacon of hope. There's a falling out of trust, though, even more. It's like we're sowing dissent, sowing dishonesty, like no trust within the government. I don't think the within the United States, for my United States people, I do feel that there is the sowing of mistrust. This is also Five of Wands is all about arguing, turmoil, conflict. If the goal was to sow distrust and dishonesty, this is doing a very, very good job of it. It's like we're inching the needle over, and like so it's like this over here is like warning bells are supposed to go off, and it's like we're inching closer and closer towards red when the bells start going off, and it's like this is just another thing on top of it all that's causing sowing mistrust and dishonesty, essentially between the government and the general populace. Ten of Swords. Where are we? Okay. Yeah. Because now we're having 2 10s here. It's like, ooh, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Like, it's coming to a head, it feels like. There's something coming to a head. This has been something a long time building. There's been backstabbing within the government, or I should say, in my opinion. And then there's an overburdened general populace that's like, we need to unload somewhere, and this is like this situation that this is turning into. It's like we need to unload, like it's becoming overburdened. It's okay, we aren't supposed to go into and this is, like I said, it's with the Knight of Coins. It's also been a long time coming. This is something that's been building up. Okay. Oh boy. That's oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Another 10 showing up. We're coming to the end of something, it feels like. With the 8 of Cups over here, there's some sort of walking away. With the King of Swords here in the middle of it, though, I don't know how to say this without getting in trouble or flagged by YouTube. I'm just gonna go over here to the 10 of Coins. So, for now. So for the 10 of Coins is showing up as the general populace. It's all about long-term money, goals, legacy, community, and the such. It's all about having a positive impact on the community, long-standing legacy, and the such. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, I'm just going to come out and say this. I'm not saying this is any one person. I'm not saying that this is the next candidate for the presidential seat within the United States. I'm not saying any of that. I'm not saying that this is like a specific individual. I'm just going to say this feels like there's a person coming in, one, dissenting or sowing more distrust between the general populace and the government, in my opinion. And with the 10 of Coins here, it's like we're going to make, like, we want to have a sustainable or sustainability within our lives, within our government, within everything going on. And with the 8 of Cups, with the walking away to come back at a later point in time, there's people who are going to probably potentially lose their jobs over this. I mean, when something kind of this big happens, things like that typically do happen. But within the government itself, seeing them having to walk away from something, what is it? What else is there? The 4 of Wands, which is like, we're waiting, we lost this one, we gotta walk away from it, and now we're going to have to wait on our laurels and essentially look back on what happened. Oh, the Lovers, which is okay. On the Two of Coins, we're making a decision on the Lovers. Has some people see it as romantic? Okay, I don't. I just see this as a significant relationship of some sort. Oh gosh, this is causing. Is this a cause? No. Is this just another stick on top of the other sticks, essentially burdening the system? Yes. And I don't know how many more sticks the system can take, is what I'm seeing. It's like, in my head, what I'm seeing right now when it comes to how the government, like, between the United States government and the general populace of the United States, what I'm seeing is like a bridge, and this bridge is pretty gosh darn straight for the most part. It's pretty gosh darn straight. However, we keep adding a stick and more sticks and more sticks and more sticks and more sticks, and like there have been barriers put up to kind of reach it back up, make it even again, because we're putting sticks down. However, there's only so many patch jobs that can be done before it's just one bolt and the whole thing collapses. So for me, what I'm seeing is that like the bridge currently is pretty gosh darn straight. However, it is a patchwork quilt held together by hopes, dreams, and a lot of rust. Is really what it feels like to me. And it's like, all you need is one person who knows the bridge. And it's like, oh, we just need a critical failure here and everything collapses. I think there's been a lot of stuff put into place. Do I feel that it's like collapsing anytime soon? No, question mark. But like the thing with it is like, does it collapse soon? No, question mark. But can it collapse at any time if someone just knew the right little pressure point? 100%. And it's like there are like on a bridge the size of like, I don't know, the Golden Gate Bridge. We'll use that as like an example. Like there might be like, I'm hearing 100, but I feel like that's a lot. But it's like, you would think like a pressure point. So it's like, if there's a critical fail, like there's like 5 points on the entire bridge. Like if you poke it, the whole thing collapses. Is kind of what it feels like, in my opinion, because it's a patchwork quilt of hopes, dreams, rust, and a lot of nails and bolts and wood and everything else. So, okay. Did not expect to get that deep into that part of. And it's like, it feels like this is a well-known thing. It's just the pressure points aren't that well known. Okay. I'm going to now to see, is this something to expect to hear more of within the year of 2024? As it is a presidential election year for the United States. Is this something we can expect to see more and more of as we get closer to elections and debates and the such? Okay. Two of Cups, 100%. In my opinion. Yep. So with the Two of Cups here, as a general vibe, this is something that is trying to be prevented, I think, as much as possible. But I do see parties colluding, collaborating to do, in my opinion, continue this. With the Six of Coins, it's like you scratch my back, I scratch yours. And here with the King of Coins, it's like, it's like there's certain individuals or people who are on top of their thrones who have lots of money, in my opinion, they're kind of like orchestrating a lot of it, or like critical hits to campaigns or donors or the such. It's like this is a game of like 5D chess, and we as the public, I think, only might see it as like 2D chess, and when in reality this is like a 5D chess match, and I'm not sure. Oh goodness gracious, because it's like a lot of money's being put behind a lot of it. Yeah, with the Three of Coins, it's a lot of it's money motivated. There's the Hierophant again, and the government, and the Three of Swords. I would expect there's, in my opinion, all alleged, I would expect at least one more type of outage like this, potentially around July, is kind of the month that I'm hearing in my head. However, timelines can be wonky, timelines can be weird, things can change, things can get moved up, things can get pushed back, but it's not a finite timeline. I'm just feeling like July seems to be a major like contention point with some of this stuff, because with the Three of Swords here, it's heartbreak. Three of Coins, where this is like we're working together on stuff, and here with our lovely government and or higher bippity boppity boos, it's like we're working on things even if like they don't completely come to fruition. There's the Death card, rebirth, backstabbing, Eight of Cups, we gotta move on. And we have the World, completing of a cycle, Four of Cups, and Four of Swords. So we've had a lot of fours, lots of tens today. Oh, goodness gracious. So, again, I really do think, in my personal opinion, we have there's another incident coming. Excuse me, goodness gracious. And it's just we're waiting for the next thing to come, essentially. They don't 100% know, but I think there's one more big thing coming when it comes to like an outage of this size again, in my personal opinion. Okay. That's all I'm going to read on this for right now. And that's kind of like the big questions that I had. If you guys have other questions or want to know more, please leave them in the comment section down below, and I could potentially do a part 2 if you guys would like. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for sticking around here to the end of the video. I really just want to say a great big thank you to everyone who's liked this video and or subscribed to my channel. So thank you so much for doing that if you have. And again, really just want to hope that wherever you guys are, you have a great day or night. And again, thanks for watching the video, and I hope to see you guys all in the next one. So, bye!